starting 1 minute late. We like to keep to time, but now that we are here, it's a good time to start. I will just wait for the recording to start. Okay, great. The recording is live. All right. So before we get started, I like to get to know my audience. My name is Ayobami. So if you can just type in the chats where you're joining us from, I'd like to get to know you, where you're joining from, and how you're doing today. So I will start. All right. Let me lead by example. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. So put in the chat where you're joining us from. I want to get to know where you're joining us from. So I'll be reading the chats. Great. Welcome, Dolapo. Awesome. From Adama, our Plateau State, Zaria. Wow. Okay, I can see some Nepo babies on the call joining from Chevron in Lekki. Awesome. Good to know. Zulai from Abuja. Awesome. 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 Great. Great. So I want to switch my, please give me a second to switch my audio device. All right. Please. All right, guys, can you hear me now? I was struggling with my audio device. Okay, great, great. I wanted to make sure that you can hear me from the same screen I'm sharing from. All right, so nice to meet everybody. I can see that we are joining from different parts of the country, and I'm excited to be driving this session. Welcome, everybody. So I will just share my screen right about now. Just share my screen. All right. Just 1 second. Also, let me know if you can see my screen and then we'll get right into it. Thumbs up for you can see my screen. Thumbs down, you cannot see my screen. Amazing. All right. So welcome everybody. It's going to be quite an insightful session tonight. Session promises to be eye-opening. We want to do a little bit of project showcase. I want to show you some cool stuff that professionals are already using. All right, I want to show you some cool stuff that professionals are already using to get ahead of the game. All right, and hopefully by the end of the sessions, you'd be able to um, do one or two things with generative AI, specifically using generative AI to turn survey data into meaningful insights. All right, and welcome to Tenalytics. For those of you that are hearing about or seeing Tenalytics for the first time, Tenalytics is a leading e-learning platform specifically designed to help organizations and individuals, anyways, across the world empower their teams. Apologies. All right. Apologies for that. All right. Apologies for that. All right. So as I was saying, Tenalytics Business is a leading e-learning platform designed to help organizations across the world empower their teams with a wide array of professional development options. And what you get from here is access to top quality courses across diverse disciplines. And Tenalytics business addresses the continuous learning and development needs essential in today's fast-paced business. All right. And just a little about myself. My name is Ayobami Yusuf. I'm a big data professional and I've been doing this for over half a decade now, with experience spanning data analytics, data engineering, and analytics engineering. I've worked across diverse industries, including talent intelligence in Europe, consulting in the UK, manufacturing, health tech, ed tech, yada yada yada. But what's important is the fact that I didn't start out my journey in tech. All right. I pivoted into tech. I transitioned. I came from a non-technical background and I was able to find my foot in tech. And I'm telling you all of this to also let you know that regardless of what you're currently doing right now, if you desire to break into tech, it is possible. All right. Myself and a few of my colleagues have done it. A number of my colleagues, in fact, all of my colleagues have done it. It means that it is also possible for you to break into tech. All right. And if you're joining us, I want to say welcome and also inform you that you've not missed out on anything. Why? This session is currently being recorded, and we're going to be sharing the recording with you immediately after the session. And all you need to do to access that recording is to fill out the attendance form that is being shared in the chat box. All right. If you check the in-call messages, you will find link to the attendance form. Click on that, fill out your details, and we will be sending you the recording of this session. And after the session, I'm hoping that you'll be able to understand what AI skills companies all around the world need and what they are willing to pay for versus what clients and agencies need and what they are willing to pay for. Not all AI skills are relevant. Not all skills, as a matter of fact, are relevant. There are specific AI skills and technical skills that companies globally are really interested in. And you'd not only understand that, you'd also know, you also learn how to position yourself. And also, you know the path, the AI learning portfolio and job readiness program that you need to position for to get your journey started in tech. And you'd also learn how Tenalytics business can help you succeed on either path. All right. So very quickly, we want to talk about leveraging artificial intelligence for business reporting. But why do we even need to do that? Why are businesses shifting towards automating their reporting process? It's very simple. I'll give you three reasons. Number one, businesses that are still involved in manual data tracking are spending more time and they are more error prone, right? A lot of businesses nowadays want to save time because time essentially is money. So if you're able to save more time, you're making more money. So manual data tracking equals more time, it's time consuming and is error prone. So if you want to spend less time, you want to save time, businesses are now shifting to automated data reporting, and that's why they need people with the skills to automate reporting. Second reason is the fact that businesses now are more interested in reducing their hiring costs, and AI skills can give companies that, and that's why companies now need talent or individuals that have AI skills up their sleeves that can add more value to the team rather than somebody who can only do what they are hired for. All right. And also, it speeds up this decision making due to reduced data bottlenecks. If you're able to automate your reporting, you spend less time doing some uh having to confirm, oh, do we need this data, do we need that data. The speed at which you make decisions tremendously increases. And why businesses are looking to shift towards that is because faster decision making means more time to make more money. All right. So let's see how we can set that up. So let's automate survey data reporting. So tonight we have a case study we want to be working with. All right. We want to set up an automatic customer needs and feedback reporting system using AI. So what are we going to do? We'll start by conducting survey to capture user feedback with Google Forms. All right. And we will store that survey data in Google Sheets. Now, instead of building manual reports, which takes more time, we're going to generate report development code using Google Gemini 2.5 Pro. We can also use ChatGPT, but for tonight's session, we'll be using Gemini, and we'll deploy that code in a system called Google Apps Scripts. And what that would do is it will help you build that report automatically. You're not going to do any development by yourself. Gemini will literally give you everything that you need. And this will be useful for you if you run any small business, or you're into online stores, or you in any way, you know, have to make use of feedback in your business. All right, you're going to be learning how you can use this setup to speed up your decision making and your reporting. So, with that being said, I think it's time to get our hands dirty. What do you say? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go with me on this journey. If I don't get enough feedback, if I don't get enough thumbs up, I'm going to assume that you guys are not ready, and just pack my bag and go back home. All right. A lot of feedback, a lot of thumbs up. Great. So that means you guys are ready. So I will start by showing you what I currently have set up. All right. What I currently have set up. Now, this is not a Google Forms session, but very quickly, how do you set up Google Forms? How do you set up Google Forms to collect feedback? It's very simple. All you need to do is open a new tab, open a new browsing tab, and just Google search Google Forms. Google search Google Forms, and then you'll see the landing page to set up a Google form. All right, set up a Google form. Great. And once that landing page opens up, you can click on blank form, or you can create a form from template. All right, so you make that decision, whichever one you want to do. But why do we even create Google Forms? To collect feedback, all right, to conduct survey. And what you get in response, users will give you their feedback, and that to you is data that you can analyze to gain useful insights. All right, so I have set up a Google Forms already that collects user feedback. All right, I call that the Ace Consult Sales and Leads Tracker form. And this form I'm going to share with you. You are going to be my sales representatives for tonight. We'll see how that works. Now I have set up this form. Whenever you set up a form like this, it has 3 sections. Whenever you set up a form like this, you have a tab here called responses. And what do you get in this responses tab? You get all the responses that your users are provided. That would be your data. And that responses are saved in Google Sheets. And you can view that sheet if you click on view in sheets. Did we get that? Give me a thumbs up. You'll go to the responses tab, and you can see the responses that your users are provided in Google Sheets by clicking view in sheets. So let's see what that looks like. So right now, it's empty. Who can tell me why it's empty? Type in the chat. Why don't we have anything in this sheet? Why don't we have anything? Just type in the chat very quickly Why don't we have anything apart from the column headers? Because we don't have any response yet. Fantastic. So bear that in mind, and we'll set up what we need to set up. And then we'll give responses. You are going to give me your response, and then we'll see what that data exactly. All of you are correct. So now that we are here, you go to your sheets. All right, you go to your sheet. But before we go to our sheet, let me introduce you to a tool by Google called App Sheet. Sorry, Apps Script. App Script is a code development environment within Google products that you can use to build automated solutions within Google environment. Somebody is saying that my screen isn't displaying. Please, if you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. You have no issue seeing my screen, give me a thumbs up. Awesome. So that might be your network. What's your name? That is David Obaita. You might want to leave the call and rejoin immediately. All right. So AppScript is a programming interface, all right, that you can use to build applications or solutions within the Google ecosystem. And usually you'll find them in the extensions. So for any Google tool you are using, if you want to integrate AppScript with that tool, you would find AppScript in the extensions tab. If you click on extensions, you'd find AppScript. If you can see AppScript here, give me a thumbs up. If you can see AppScript, please give me a thumbs up. Great. So if you click on AppScript, it will take you to the AppScript environment. Now you are able to build solutions based on the data in this sheet. You can build solution writing code. But let me ask you, you're on this call, you can program in JavaScript. You are the best programmer in the world. Give me a thumbs up. But you're on this call, like me, you don't know anything about programming. Like me, I don't know nada about programming. Give me a thumbs down. So I'm going to give a thumbs down because I don't know nada about programming. All right. I don't know anything about programming. So if you're like me, you don't know anything about programming, or you're not the best programmer in the world, give me a thumbs down. I'm also going to give a thumbs down because I don't even like to program. I don't like to code. I love colors. I love beauty. I love fancy stuff. And programming does not sound like it. Great. So I have people like me. So we have a problem then. If we don't know how to code, and AppScript says for you to build a solution, you need to write code. That means we are stuck. But hold on. If this was in 2012, we would have remained stuck forever. But guess what? We are in 2025. We're in the age of AI. We are no longer stuck because if I can't write code by myself, I have something that can help me write code. And who can guess what that thing is called generally? What's the general name for that thing that can help us do what we don't know how to do? Type in the chat. What is it called? That's something that helps you to do what you don't have the capability to do in 2025. AI. Fantastic. So since I don't know how to code, I can leverage artificial intelligence to code. That means if this was a project that somebody said they were going to pay me $2,000 for, in 2025, I would have passed on that project. I would have said, oh, so I'm sorry, I don't know how to write JavaScript. So I don't have an option. I have to pass on the $2,000. But right now, I would say, you know what? Give me the $2,000. Don't worry, I know how to do it. So let's see if we can get something done. We want to build an automated system for these guys, but we don't know how to write code. So let's turn to AI to help us write or build the solution. Great. So I need to write my JavaScript code here, but I don't know what to do. So what am I going to do? I'm going to turn to AI. And what AI do I want to turn to? It's called Gemini. So I'm going to go to the interface to use Gemini. The URL is Google, or no, I think it is deepmind.google/model/Gemini. All right. I'm going to hit enter. Don't worry if you feel like I'm rushing. Don't worry, the call is recorded. You can go over the recording. Tonight, I just want to show you what is possible, what you can achieve with artificial intelligence. So I'm within the Gemini environment. What I'm going to do, since I want to build, I'm going to say build with Gemini. I'm going to say build with Gemini, and it's going to take me to Google AI Studio. It's my kitchen where I can cook a lot of AI solutions. Great. So while you are here, make sure that you have Gemini 2.5 Pro selected. All right. There are a lot of models you can use within Google AI Studios. If you are a graphics designer, or you're somebody who creates visual solutions, you want to use Nano Banana, but we are not graphics designer, we want to code. So I'm going to use Gemini 2.5 Pro. All right, so somebody's asking why 2.5 though. Gemini 2.5 Pro is currently the most powerful reasoning model that Google has released. And you need a reasoning model to be able to create programming solutions. If you want to create visual solutions, you would have selected Nano Banana. All right. If you want to do rapid instant solutions that does not require deep thinking, you might want to use Gemini Flash. But what we want to build requires, a very great amount of thought, reasoning. That's why we're using Gemini 2.5 Pro. Does that answer your question? Whoever asked that, just give me a thumbs up if that answers your question. All right, so I'm going to continue with Gemini 2.5 Pro. Now that I am within Gemini 2.5 Pro, I then want to give instruction to Gemini and say, oh, see, I cannot do this thing. I want you to do it for me. But like any assistant that we can have, any human assistant, you need to give clear, precise, and contextual instructions. For instance, I can say, let's say I have an assistant called Ayo. I can say, Ayo, I'm hungry and I want to eat food. I will not blame Ayo if Ayo goes and bring me Chinese rice or Chinese or Mongolian noodles that I ate so much. I do not like Mongolian noodles, but I would not blame Ayo if Ayo goes ahead to bring me Mongolian noodles, because I said I want to eat food and Ayo did bring me food. All right. The same way, you need to give a machine clear, precise, and contextual information or instruction needed to carry out what you want it to carry out. And that is called prompting. All right, it's called prompting. And the act of prompting an AI tool to deliver specific solutions is called prompt engineering, and is by far one of the most important skills that you need to learn in 2025. So that I would not waste time, I'd already behind the scene thought about all the instructions that I want to give to this AI tool. I have written it down here so that I don't have to type and you guys are just bored watching me type. So what am I going to do? I'm going to copy all the prompts that I have written, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to come back to my AI tool. Or where did I? Okay. I'm going to come here to my AI tool and paste that instruction. So you will see the way I organized my prompt. Very detailed, asks context, provides all the information that AI needs to be able to deliver what I need specifically. So what am I going to do? I'm going to hit run. And AI is going to think about the instruction I gave it. And then based on its understanding of the instruction, it's going to work. It's going to go to work and build all the code. So basically, the summary of the instruction I gave it is, see, dude, I want to build a solution. I want to build a dashboard. I want to build a dashboard. I don't know how to write code. I need you to write the code for me. And I would also give it some contextual information, and then it produces the solution that I want. Now, you can see that AI is working for you, literally generating code for you. It's literally generating code for you. The code that you ought to generate or write yourself, you can see AI writing it for you. You can see tens of lines of code. AI is writing it for you. You can see how long the code base is. At this point, I like to just sit back and relax and just have AI do everything for me. And when it's done, I come back. But I don't want you guys to be bored. That's why I'm still talking. But at this point, there's really nothing that I'm doing. I'm just waiting for it to complete the code. So while it is doing that, let me take a look at the chart and answer some questions. What language do you use fill out the instructions? Sounds prolific. You might want to restructure this question. I'm not sure that I got it. You might want to restructure the question. Please, will the prompt be available alongside the recorded version of the class? Yes, we can make that happen. We can make that happen. And while you're also waiting for the prompt to generate the code, you can also take this moment to fill out the attendance form in the chat. Are we going to get the recorded video? I'm just joining. Yes, Vivian, you're going to get the recorded video. So let's check if AI has generated code. Yes, it has. So we have two code bases to use, one for the front end and one for the back end. So usually you hear stuff like front end engineer, back end engineer. Your assistant has done both for you. It has done the front end work and the back end work. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to copy. I have no business with writing that code. I'm just going to copy the code, the backend side. I'm going to take it into my app scripts and just paste it there. This is the backend side. I'll paste this. So I'm done pasting my backend code. Then I will create a file for the front end, which is an HTML file, and call it index. All right, and call it index. I will then go back to copy the front end code. So let me go back to Google AI Studio. Let me scroll down to the front end code. Great. This is the front end code. I will then come back to my Google AI, my app scripts, and also paste all of that code in the front end file. Guys, can you call it anything, or must it be saved as index? Fantastic question, Isaiah. You have to call it index. All right. You have to call it index. If you call it something else, you would need to change from the back end. You will need to change. Let me show you something very quickly. All right. Let me show you something very quickly. I'm not sure if you can see my screen, but let me try to zoom in. Let me try to zoom in. I'm not sure if I can zoom in. Okay, great. Can you guys see this line in the back end? Can you guys see this line? Let me highlight it. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the line I highlighted. Great. So it's writing a do get function that calls the index file in the front end. All right, it calls the index file. So if you call this something else, you have to refer to it here as what you named it. Do we understand now? Do we understand? Do we understand? Great. So you don't even need to bug your pretty head trying to understand what AI is doing. As long as, now the caveat to that is, as long as you are giving it the information that it needs, you are good. All right. So now that I am done with both the front end and the back end, my job is done. All I need to do now is save. Can you see this icon that looks like a disk, that looks like a floppy disk? Give me a thumbs up if you can see this icon that looks like a floppy disk. This is the save icon. So if you click on this icon, please reload and try again. Why must I reload and try again? Let me just reload. Starting to misbehave. Nope. Let me make sure. You know what? I can always come here. Great. So my project files are saved. My project files are saved. Now that I'm done saving my project files, the next thing to do is to deploy. The next thing to do is to deploy. That means you want to push this app. You want to push it to make it available for use. So I'm going to click on this drop down and click on new deployment. I'm going to click on new deployment, and it's asking me, how do you want to deploy this app? I want to deploy it. If you click on this settings icon, I want to deploy it as a web application. So I'm going to click on web application. It's then going to ask you, give your app a description so that anybody using it can catch that description. I'm just going to call it random app. I'm going to call it random app. And then I would deploy. All right. Or let me change this. Who has access? Let me change it to anyone with a Google account, but you can leave it at the default. All right. And then I'm going to click on deploy. The first time you're deploying an app, it will ask you to authorize access. I'm going to click on authorize access. I'm going to click on authorize access, and I will click on my account. It will give me this warning that, see, this guy with this username, we don't know him. Google is telling you guys that they don't know me. They don't rate me, don't mind them. So I'm just going to click on advanced and say, don't worry, I know it's unsafe, but just go ahead. I trust myself, even if Google does not trust me. So I'm going to go, even though they say it is unsafe, and they'll still keep flagging, but then I will allow. And once I allow, my application will deploy. My application will deploy. Now my application has deployed, and it has given me a link that I can share with my users. Any user that wants to use this application. And who are your users? Your users are your key stakeholders, people that will be using this report to gain insight. Remember, the topic for this webinar is using survey data, or how professionals use survey data to gain meaningful insights. So you will share this with your stakeholders, and then once they get on this app, it will render the dashboard to them. So let's wait for the dashboard to render. Let's wait for the dashboard to render. Let's wait for the dashboard to render. Fantastic. So now the dashboard has rendered. But what can you see, guys? What can you see? Empty. Again, who can tell me why this is empty? Who can tell me why this is empty? Put it in the chat. Who can tell me why this is 0, 0, 0? Everything is 0. Again, no data has been filled, meaning that this form here, nobody has filled it. All right, because remember, it is when people fill this form that the data will be stored here, and when the data is stored here, it will be analyzed and rendered on this web app. But first of all, do you even like this dashboard? Do you like the look and feel of this dashboard? Does it look modern to you or not? Does it look nice to you? Great. But did you see me build anything? I know you like it, but did I build this myself? No. And this is to show you that despite the fact that I have zero skills, although I'll be lying, all right, because I write code for work. Although I don't like to write code, so let's assume that I don't even know how to write code. I was still able to build something as nice as this. So this is where it now gets interesting. Now that we have set up the system, we have done the job, and we did it in less than 20 minutes. So now is the time for the fun part. So let me go to responses. You know what? Let me generate a link for this guy. And what I'm going to do is this. So in the next 5 minutes, go to the chat box and find the link. Find the link to the form. Click on the link and fill it out. Everybody, I want you to do that now in the next what am I saying? In the next 3 minutes. Everybody, please fill the form. Fill the form, and please try to provide, useful data. Try to provide useful information so that our dashboard does not look terrible. All right. So, guys, please fill out the form. Fill out the form. I won't do anything until you have filled out the form. So once it is 8:42, I'm going to check how many people have filled the form. In fact, I can monitor from the back end. Let's see. So if I get any response, I will see it here. So guys, please fill out the form. Let's see what will happen once you fill out the form. So I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for you guys. I wish I invited Bonner Boy. This would have been a half time. What do they call it in the NBA? Halftime concerts. But let's just manage my voice. So guys, fill out the form. I've still not gotten any response. The link is not clickable. Ooh, how? But I sent it. So from my end, it's clickable actually. From my end, it's clickable. You can see from my end. Let me fill it out also. So let me also try to fill it out. So you can also watch how I am filling it. So date of entry, I'm going to fill this out. I'm going to say I'm filling it today. Sales representative, let me choose Yemi Olajide. Company name, Ayobami and Sons. Ayobami and Sons. Lead source, websites, region, I live in the West. Market segment, enterprise. Go to next. Go to next. Yes, because you're using a phone. Please, admin, how can we get people to click the link from the phone? Or you can also copy it and paste it in your web browser. Just copy the link and paste it in your web browser. Industry, technology, lead stage. Try to choose this closed one. A lot of you try to choose this closed one, and other people choose other things. Can't copy either. Wow, that's serious. So what can I do to help you guys? You would have to find. Let me see if I can click on it from my phone. Let me see what I can do from. Okay, I see what you guys need now. And admin, please help me out. I actually don't know what to do from here. So what do we do? What do you suggest? Except you have to manually type it out. Oof. Okay. And the URL is funny. HTTPS colons /forms.gle/ capital letter W, VGA, capital letter B7. That's a lot of work. So try to look at it. And so admin, please, if you can drop it on WhatsApp, please do, so that as many people that can feel it should feel it. So deal value, I'm going to say maybe $5,000. Expected close dates. Let's say it was expected to have been closed yesterday. Lead priority I. Click next, and then deal status closed one. Here, actual close date today. Interested service custom solution, and I submit. So let's monitor responses. Oh, fantastic! You guys are the best. You guys are the best. 16 responses. Great. So now that we have 16 responses, let's go back to our dashboard. Guys, can you see that it is still 0, 0? I don't want to touch anything. Give me a thumbs up if you can see that it is still zeros. Everything is still 0, 0, 0, 0. So once your manager comes here, maybe on a Monday, you will still see 0, 0, 0. All I need to do is click on this refresh button. So let me click on refresh and let's see what happens. Let's see the magic that would happen. Let's see the magic that would happen. Okay, the magic decided not to happen. Let's see, did I make any mistake? I think I made a mistake. Let me see the data. Give me a second. Okay. Let me see. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. Let me go back to the backend. Let me see. Let me copy this first to Notepad. I think I'm referring to the wrong. You know what? Let me do it like this. Spreadsheet ID. Spreadsheet ID. I think I'm referring to the wrong spreadsheet. And I didn't want this to happen. Give me a second. You know what? Let me just let me go back. In fact, I won't be the one to debug this. Let me go back to Google Gemini and say make a tweak to the back end to uh to the back end, or how do I prompt this? The actual sheet URL is this. Capture this change in the code. All right, so let me run this. Guys, keep filling it, all right? Keep filling it, and we'll see what we can do to make the change very quickly. All right, don't give up. Don't give up, don't worry. It's a tiny. Okay, great. The spreadsheet in the new URL provided is the same as the one using code. Does not change ACE consort. Script replace the content with the code provided below. All right, so let it generate the new code. All right, let's wait for it to generate the new code. Let's wait for it to generate the new code, and then I think I'm referring to another sheet. I think so. I think I'm referring to another sheet. But thank you very much. Somebody is saying Ayobami at ai.com. All right. So guys, just give it some time. Let it generate the code for us, and then we'll change that. All right. So let me copy the backend code. Go back here, and in the backend, I'm going to replace that with this new one. And let me go back to the front end. Let's see if front end has finished generating. Let's see if front end has finished generating. It's still generating. Wow. and I deleted the one I created earlier. I would have just shown you that one. All right, so let me copy this one and go back here, index.html, and paste that. So it's still the same thing actually. Let me test deploy. Wow, what's going on? Let me test deploy. Let me test deploy. Hmm. Still showing me 0. Let me refresh this guy. Oh wow. Oof. Okay. So let me fix it. So I'm glad that we have this challenge, so we can fix it together. So when you run into challenges like this, AI can also help you fix it. All right, AI can also help you fix this. So let me let me close this first of all and go to my responses and see the actual sheets. View in sheets. View in sheets. All right. So I'm going to come back to my prompts. Let me come back to my prompts and let me use ChatGPT. All right. Let me use ChatGPT. Think the mistake I made was here. Is the same thing actually. Google Sheet URL. So let me use another AI tool. Let's see if it's going to fix the challenge. Apologies, guys. Let me use Chat GPT. All right, guys, please be patient. I mean, like they say, a patient dog eats the fattest bone. So let's debug this. Let's encounter problems and solve it. Let's encounter problems and solve it. Let's encounter problems and solve it. All right, so I'm just going to paste this here. I'm just going to paste this here before ChatGPT finish loading. Form field, please keep filling the form, please. Keep filling the form. Keep filling the form. Keep filling the form. Keep filling the form. Let ChatGPT load this. We should be done with this soon. As soon as we debug this, we are good. As soon as we debug this, we are good. Great. So, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm also going to come here and say, here is a snippet of the data. Let me provide it a snippet of the data. And come here and say, below is a snippet of the data. Giving it more context is a snippet of the data. All right. So it's going to take a long time. All right. It's going to take a long time to generate both codes. To generate both codes, but let's give it some time. I'm not so sure. I ran this in the afternoon and everything looks good. And now it's misbehaving. Let me see if I can export to CSV. There won't even be any data to export. There won't be any data to export. If it exports data, then that means the problem is. Can you guys still hear me though? Can you guys still hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. All right, great. So ChatGPT is still doing its thing. All right, ChatGPT is still doing its thing. So that's why I want to explore before it's done. So I want to explore before it's done. Thank you so much, guys. Let me see. Great. So it's not loading any data. Great. So data is a challenge. Hmm. Let me change the filter. Let me clear the filter. It is serious. Hope this. Yes, it is recorded. Why is ChatGPT misbehaving? It's just blank. All right. See the ChatGPT I'm even banking on, still misbehaving. All right, so let me paste the prompt one last time. Let me paste the prompts one last time. Guys, please be patient with me. I would usually patience is a virtue at the end of the day. You don't need to be lost. We've not done anything for you to be lost. You just hold on. If you're just getting here, just hold on. If you're just getting here, just hold on. Uh, just hold on. I can see a lot of people have filled the form. Okay. So let's wait for ChatGPT to give us its own code, and then we can use ChatGPT's code. And then we can use ChatGPT's code. Although ChatGPT takes longer because it's using a more advanced reasoning model. But let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Okay, it's done with the JavaScript. So let me go back. Let me go back to I've even closed my I've even closed the app scripts. So let's replace this. All right. So for the code.js, I'm going to replace this. This is code.js. And then let me go back to ChatGPT to see if it is done generating the HTML code. It is done. So I'm going to also copy that, go back here, HTML, and paste. All right, let's hope that this works. And let's first of all test deploy. Once I'm done, once it works, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. All right, so let's see. Due to traffic, let me load it one more time. Guys, patience, patience, patience. I want to test the deployment first before I deploy live. Before I deploy live. What is going on? I feel like the problem is with the data. I feel like the problem is with the data. Oh my days. Okay, I think it works. What am I? Okay, great, great, great. We are getting somewhere. All right, great. So, guys, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? It's too busy. It's busy. That's why it's taking so long to load. Fantastic. Fantastic. Great. ChatGPT saved the day. All right, ChatGPT saved the day. Great. And it's a better UI, right? Awesome. AJ's Studio. You sound like a programmer. You sound like somebody who builds front-end solutions. AJ Studio. Are you a front-end developer? Are you a front-end developer, AJ Studio? You were able to pick out, yeah, I can tell. You're able to pick out the UI difference. Yes, so guys, so we finally have our solution. Now you can see instantly we've been able to build this dashboard. We didn't write the code ourselves. I didn't write the code myself. It was ChatGPT that built this for me. Although usually when you get your results, you want to, before you go ahead to believe, oh, whatever ChatGPT has given me is good to go. You want to fact check. You want to fact check the data. So please, can we stop filling the form now? Let's stop filling the form. Nobody should fill the form again. So take note of the current data that we have. How many leads do we have? Somebody type it in the chat. How many leads have we generated so far? Type it in the chat. Let's pin this data down. 25. Good. And how much have we generated as total revenue? Put that in the chat. How much have we generated in total revenue? Let's have it in the chat as proof. Great. What's our conversion rate? 24%, right? 24%. And what's the average deal size? 1.7 million. And Chukwuemeka Adamson is the best or top performing sales rep, and he has closed the tune of 10 million US dollars. And this is based on selected. I love this UI. Now I see what you guys mean. This UI is super amazing. It's even telling you that this amount is based on the selected filter. So if I change the filters, we'll get a different result. All right. Anyways, that's not the most important thing. So now, can 5 more people fill that form? If you have filled it before, you can try to fill it with another email or even the same email, but try to change what you selected previously. If you're going to fill it again now, please give me a thumbs up. If you're going to fill it again, give me a thumbs up. If you're going to fill it again, please give me a thumbs up. I want 5 people. 5 people. And put in really big numbers in your closed one, in your deal value. Guys, if you are going to fill this again, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, great, fantastic. So please, in the next 2 minutes, please fill this again before I refresh. Please fill it again. Please fill it again. Fill it again before I refresh. Please fill it again. You can see the filters are working. If I filter this down to Chukwuemeka Adamson, let's see what is going to happen. It's so busy. It's so busy. You can see the report has filtered. For those of you that are not filling, you can look at the report. The report has filtered. So Chukwuemeka closed 3 leads and his deal values amounted to $10 million. And you can see the trend. You can see the trend. And if we scroll down, even though we are unable to scroll, this is something that I will tell AI to fix. I'll tell AI, see, this thing is not allowing me to scroll. So I want you to change this. So guys, the people filling, once you're done filling, let me know so that I can refresh this screen. Once you are done filling, just give me a thumbs up so I can refresh this screen. Man, this UI is super clean. This UI is super clean. Although I still don't like some things about it. I don't like the color of the charts. I would have preferred it to be colorful. And that's something I can change. I can tell AI to give me a more colorful chart. But with this works. We've seen that it works. Guys, how many of you are filled? How many of you are filled again? Give me a thumbs up. How many of you are filled again? Great. Now, do we remember the values we currently have? Take notes. Now, let me refresh this report. Can you see? Can you see? Did I go outside of this report? Can you see that it has changed? And now, based on the new data field, Michael Bright is now the top performing sales rep. That means what you have built is an automated system. You have built this one once for the rest of the business life cycle. You don't even need to touch this report again. Every time you come back to this report, all you need to do is click on this refresh button. As long as your sales rep keep filling that form, your report will keep getting updated. Do you know that you can actually use this in an actual organization? Do you know what I just taught you is something you can build for an organization that pays you? What you have gotten on this call for free is something you can build as a solution for an organization that is paying you. Some people that get paid to do data analysis might not even be able to build something as visually appealing and as automated as this, but AI has done it for you. One last thing I want to share with you before we end this. But have you gotten value for your time? Give me a thumbs up if so far you've gotten value for your time based on what we've shared so far. Great. Now, you don't want to trust anything AI gives to you, all right? You don't want to trust anything that AI gives to you. So once you have your solution, the next thing you want to do is to do what is called QA, quality assurance. And what do you do in quality assurance? You validate all the results that AI has given you. First of all, it told you that the total leads is 27. Go back to your sheets. Go and confirm. So let me count all the leads that we have generated so far. Some people are filled. Some people are filled again. Let me go back and refresh. You can see 33 here. Let me go back and refresh. Let me refresh this. Some people have filled this again. I am very sure some people have filled this again. Very, very sure that some people have filled this again. I am very, very sure. So let me refresh this and see what that looks like. It's still giving me 27. Okay, based on the filter. All right, based on the filter. Let me clear this filter. And let's see what happens based on the filters. So is filtering this based from this period. So let me refresh that. Great. Can you see now? Can you see that we are correct? When I removed that filter, can you see that it is truly 32? Because we had 33 rows, but the first row is the column headers. So give me a thumbs up if you understand why we have 32. Give me a thumbs up if you understand why we have 32, even though on the rows we have 33. So truly it is 32 because from row 2, the data starts from row 2. All right, great. So guys, what if I told you that what you have just seen in this free webinar is just a tip of the iceberg? It's just a tip of the iceberg. From this session alone, what you have learned is so powerful that you can immediately start to apply this even in your workplace. And this is the skill of the future. All right, this is the skill of the future. And for some of you that are wondering, how do I even get to this point where I'm able to use AI to build solutions like this? It's very simple. All right, it's very simple. What you want to do is ensure that you are positioning yourself, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Organizations these days are no longer ready. They are no longer willing to spend money on some kind of talents that they consider liability. And what will make you a liability? You are hired, and the only thing you can deliver is the barest minimum, what you were hired for. You were hired to be a data analyst, and you can only prepare the barest minimum of reports. Or maybe you don't even have a job yet, and you want to have the kind of skills that businesses are looking for. There is a three steps framework that you need to follow. This might seem like I have done something magical, but trust me, I am not better than you. I am not special. The only difference right now, the only difference why I am the one doing this is because I have learned the skill and I have used it to transform my life. But guess what? It can also be your reality if you position yourself for it. But how does that journey start? It starts by learning the skill. If you don't have the skill, there's no way you can use the skill to make money. So it always starts with the skill. But this is where a lot of people stop. They just learn the skill and they feel that is all I need to get a job. But in the real world, skills alone does not cut it. You also need to package yourself as a talent that is job ready. And once you have done that, you can then start applying to jobs confidently, and that increases your chances of landing a job. And in this day and age, businesses are getting more AI focused. And a lot of people are now rushing to learn AI, but they don't ask themselves, what really are the AI or tech skills that I should focus on? Because you can learn a skill that will not be relevant in the next 2, 3 years. And you end up wasting not just your time, but your money that is spent learning the course or the skill. So, what AI skills should you really be focusing on? We've done a lot of underground work, and we also relied on a report by the World Economic Forum, and we studied the current job market, and we're able to streamline the skills that are relevant to five. So right now, as it stands, there are five AI focused skills that you should be looking to learn in 2025 if you want to position yourself for a career in tech and in AI. And what are these five skills? Number one, AI automation engineer. What I've just done can be seen as AI automation engineering, but this is just the breadcrumb of AI automation engineering, because in the actual AI automation engineering, you are building large language applications and solutions and AI agents and agentic AIs that businesses can use to reduce their costs drastically. And businesses are investing heavily in this career path. So this is the best time to plug into this opportunity. And if you want to learn to become an AI automation engineer, your key learning areas will be to start by learning the foundations, learn how to prompt engineer. How can I build LLM powered apps with platforms like document search or concepts like document search, memory, RAG pipeline, advanced AI automation, multi-agent systems, all of those things, you can learn them and be able to build these AI systems. And companies are willing to pay professionals that have this skill set. All right. And we are teaching this to professionals that have been using that skill to literally transform their lives. And we teach concepts and tools like N8N, Flowwise, Airtable, Zapier, a lot of them. All right. A lot of them. So the first one is AI automation engineering. And the second one, if you are looking to position yourself for a career in tech and AI, is AI, generative AI for data analysis, which is something we just did. We literally just worked as a data analyst, but we did not touch anything. All we did was instruct AI on what to do, and it did it for us. And it is not just useful, but also correct. We confirmed it. So you want to also focus on learning how to become a data analyst, but a better powered or a more valuable data analyst. You are now an AI data analyst, a data analyst that can leverage artificial intelligence to enhance their operations. And you're going to be learning foundation of generative AI for data analysis. You're going to be learning tools for automations and AI agents. How do you prompt engineer as a data analyst? You're going to be learning a lot of automation tools, automation in Excel, in Microsoft Fabric, using Claude, using Gemini. We just use Gemini, we just use Chat GPT, a lot of these tools. And by the time you are done with this program, not only do you come out as a data analyst, but as a better, uh, the word is a better equipped data analyst for the day and age of AI. All right. Another one is generative AI for HR analysts. So you're an HR on the call. Gone are the days of traditional HRing, for lack of a better word. These days, you become a more valuable HR professional by knowing how to leverage generative AI in your workflow. And you can learn that in our generative AI courses, especially the one tailored to HR analysts called Generative AI for HR analysts. And you'll be learning the foundations. We would always start with you from the foundations because we don't expect you to know it from scratch. All right. So we're going to take you, we're treating you like you've never even heard HR before. We'll take you from scratch and then take you to becoming that powerful and more equipped HR analyst. You become very proficient in AI tools like Claude, Gemini, Julius, Zebra AI, Quadratic, Data GPT, N8N, Copilot, a lot of these tools. And you're going to be learning them till you become so proficient. The last two that you also want to focus on is generative AI for business analysts and generative AI for project managers. All right. How do I manage projects more efficiently leveraging generative AI? How do I build more complex process flows without necessarily investing in, in effort, in resources to build these tools? You can leverage artificial intelligence, but you need to learn the how. And this is what this our 8 weeks program is going to afford you. By the time you're done, not only are you coming out with knowledge, you're also coming out with projects that demonstrate this knowledge, because you're going to have a capstone project to cement your learning. So for the next 8 weeks, for people that are interested, this is what you want to invest in. You're literally investing in your future because the world is shifting. And for people that are going to survive this new normal, there are going to be people that can deliver beyond the barest minimum. And what would that require? You need to have pro level AI automation skills. And this is what you're going to get from the program. But you're not going to stop there. If you stop there, will you get a job? Maybe. If all you do is learn the skills, your chances of getting a job is 50-50. And we know this. And that's why we are not going to stop at just teaching you how to become an AI pro. We are also going to take you through the employability programs that you need to support your job search. We'll start by helping you review and revamp your CV. Not just review, there's a difference between reviewing and revamp. We'll review your CV, and when we see that there's a need, in fact, whether you like it or not, we will see a need for a revamp. Why? Because you also need to learn a concept called CV job matching. So we're going to review and revamp your CV, but not just that. LinkedIn is one of the most important things that you can invest in. It's not even an investment, but I know that there are some people right now and right here in 2025 who do not have LinkedIn accounts. You're shooting yourselves in the legs. All right. But not to worry, because we are accommodating that lack. How do we do that? If you don't have a LinkedIn account, you're literally going to learn how to create one. Or if you need us to create one for you, we will. But not just that, you're also going to optimize your LinkedIn. Why are we taking this seriously? Because LinkedIn can literally become your magnet of opportunities. A lot of people these days don't even run after jobs. Jobs run after them. How? By positioning themselves on LinkedIn. You will learn all of that, how to optimize your LinkedIn and how to position yourself on LinkedIn. Would also take you through how to navigate the job market. All right, how to navigate the job market. There are some hidden insights that a lot of people don't know, but we're going to teach you that as part of the program. And not just that, we're going to prepare you for interviews. All right, because a lot of people can have the skills, they have the knowledge, their CV is great, and then they flop it during the interview. We don't want that to happen. As part of the program, you also get prepared for interviews, and then we will give you job recommendation letter. So you finally have a job, and they require that you have your previous employer validate the skill that you claim. All right, by giving you a reference letter, we are going to supply that for you, and then on the job, we would also still support you. And then one of the most important things that you need in this journey, especially if you are new to tech, for those of you that are already in tech, you would agree with me that mentorship is a game changer. All right, and we know this, and that's why we're going to um, guide you throughout your program and after your program by bringing you into weekly mentorship sessions. In these sessions, you get to meet with global professionals, global top successful professionals who have been there, done that, who have achieved the success, the results that you are trying to achieve. You will meet with them week in, week out. They share from their wealth of experience, their wealth of knowledge, how to avoid the mistakes that they made to make your own journey more seamless. And lastly, for those of you that, number one, you don't want to do 9 to 5, you want to work for yourself, leveraging the skill that you have. You want to build a consultancy brand, you want to build a freelancing brand. We are going to teach you how to leverage platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. For those of you that are already working on that platform, one thing you agree with me is that that platform is competitive, but it's only competitive because you don't know the art. All right, and because we want you to succeed, we are going to teach you how to navigate Upwork and Fiverr, and that would help you optimize your Upwork profile, your Fiverr profile, to make it look more attractive so that it attracts contracts and gigs. So beyond these skills, you also need these employability skills to position you for the job. And all of this is a comprehensive part of the 8-week training program that we are inviting you to join. And a lot of our previous students had gone through this same framework where they learned the package and applied to job, and they've seen tremendous results. One of them is Pavel, who was a teacher. All right, he was a teacher in Cameroon, and he completed his program in December 2024. And some of the things that he did are some of the things that I mentioned that we're going to help you do to package you to become job ready. He tailored the CV to a data analyst CV. All right. Joined all the mentorship sessions. When it was time for his interview, he got prepared for that interview. And through that, he was able to get multiple job offers. And, of note is the one he landed in March 2025 as a healthcare data analyst in the United States with Arizona Community Physicians in Tucson, Arizona. So he currently works as a data analyst. This is someone like you. This is an African like you that went through the same framework. You start by learning, but don't stop at learning. You also package yourself to become globally employable, and then you start applying confidently. But not just Pavel, we have quite a lot of stories to share. This is also another of our students, Bukola, who joined the program in July 2024. But to cut the long story short, she followed through with everything within that framework. And right now, Bukola works as a business analyst. In fact, she landed another job, and right now she works as an HR business analyst with a company in the United States, and she landed that job in July 2025. And guess what? We prepared her for both jobs. So you see, you need a community of people that are going to empower you, that are going to prepare you, and that's what this program affords you. So I'm sure you are tired of hearing stories about other people. You want to hear about how this can be you next time. Am I correct? Give me a thumbs up if I'm correct. You want to hear about how you can be the next person whose picture is on a slide, and we're talking about how they landed a job. So you want to sign up for this program. All right, I'm just going to fast forward all these slides. I'm going to fast forward all these slides and take you directly to how you can start today. All right, how can I start today? It's very simple. A new course is starting tomorrow. All right, a new course is starting tomorrow on the 8th of November. A new course is starting tomorrow, and you can be one of the first 20 people that would sign up for that program and take advantage of our discounts that is currently running. All right, we're currently running a discount on all 5 programs. All right, while the regular fee for all the programs is 200,000 naira. For the first 20 people to register, they will be getting this as not just a discounted amount, but they would also have an opportunity to pay in 3 installments. So for those of you interested in the AI automation engineer course, it's discounted to 150,000 naira if you are one of the first 20 people to register. And for the other courses, the generative AI for data analysts, for HR analysts, for business analysts, and for project managers, they are going for a discount fee of 100,000 naira each. If, all right, so I need to emphasize that if you are part of the first 20 people to register. But you might be asking me, so I want to be part of the first 20 people, but I can't pay 20,000, 150,000 naira and 100,000 naira tonight. Where does that leave me? You don't need to pay everything tonight. You can pay in installment if you take action and become one of the first 20 people. And all that you need to do today for the AI automation engineer is to lock down your discount with the first installment of 70,000 naira. For other courses, you can lock down your discount tonight with 40,000 naira, and you spread the remaining balance across the remaining 2 months in the 8 weeks. I mean, across 1 month. I will share the breakdown with you. So bear that in mind. For those of you that want to be a part of the first 20 people, just know that you don't need to pay the entire amount tonight. You can take advantage of the discount and also the installment payment plan. All right. So how does the breakdown look? Today, for the AI automation engineer course, all you need to do is lock down your discount, secure your discount tonight with 70,000 naira, and then by the end of November, complete your second installment, and by the end of December, complete your third installment. So your first installment, lock it down today with 70,000 naira. By the end of November, 50,000 naira. By the end of December, 50,000 naira. All right. So for the other programs, you can lock down your discount tonight with 40,000 naira and spread the remaining balance across November and December. So tonight, all you need to do is lock down your discount with the first installment alone. With the first installment alone. And if you're locking down your discount, you can see the account details on my screen. You can also see it in the chat box. You can also see it in the chat box. So if you want to be part of the first 20 people, do so and reach out to us. Reach out to us. We can't wait to have you in the program. All right, we can't wait to have you in the program. And just so you know, just as a bit of information, that our certifications are globally recognized because we are accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. So for any certification you get from us, just know you are getting a globally recognized certificate accredited by from an institution accredited by the American Council of Training and Development. And these certificates have helped a lot of our students, you know, get the attention of recruiters. And we have so many much more success stories about people that thriving after their training with analytics. We have a lot of them. Here is Ikmat, who was a full stay-at-home mom, moved to the UK for a master's, and she needed to, get a remote job, something she can do from the comfort of her home because she now has a child. All right. It was until she joined our data analytics training program, she learned everything that she needed to learn, but not just that, she also had access to our empowerment program, and now she works as a data analyst. We also have Ramat, we have Toyi, we have quite a number of these people. So why am I sharing these people? Why am I sharing the story of these people? I want you to be on this slide next. All right. I want you to be on this slide next. So fill out your details, secure the discount tonight, and we can't wait to start with you. And it is at this point that I make room for questions. So if you have any question for me, I will take your questions right about now. I'll take your question right about now. I'll take your question right about now. So all you need to do is raise your hand. I will call you up, and then you can ask your question. So please, admin, please help me ensure that people can speak because I can see someone's hand is raised. That is, I'm not sure if that is Beauty, but I can see BEA. BEA, your hand is raised. Please confirm if you're able to mute your mic. Sorry, Beatrice. Beatrice, I can see Beatrice's hand is raised. So Beatrice, are you able to um, unmute your mic? If you can, please go ahead with your question. Hi, Beatrice. Are you able to unmute your mic? Hi, Beatrice. Okay, so I'm just going to move away from Beatrice. Ridwan Ogunyemi. Ridwan Ogunyemi.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Ridwan.
Good evening, Mr. Yobani. Thanks for the webinar. So far, it has been very enlightening. So I would like to ask for someone like me that is interested in the generative AI for business analysts. I'm not yet a business analyst, but I'm interested in this skill. Is it necessary for me to first start as a business analyst or a data analyst before I can start with this skill? Thank you.
All right. Fantastic question, Ridwan. So the short answer to that is no. All right. We have set up the program in such a way that even people that have zero knowledge and experience can still get value from the program. So not only are you going to be learning how to leverage AI, you'd also learn context. You learn what it is that people do as business analysts. You will learn how to become a business analyst. But on top of that, you would also learn how to use generative AI to enhance your your productivity as a business analyst. I mean, it only makes sense because if you don't even know what to do as a business analyst, you cannot use generative AI effectively. AI is a means to an end. It's a tool for something. So you need to be able to know what that thing is so that you can use Gen AI for it. So the program is well suited for you. You can take the program with zero knowledge. Does that help in any way, Ridwan?
Yes, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. So you said you're interested in the program, right?
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. So I look forward to seeing you in class. So I'll be looking
All
for
right.
your
Thank you.
registration. I'll particularly be looking out for your name tonight.
All right, I will do that tonight.
All right, all right. Imadiyi Osamudiamen. Imadiyi Osamudiamen. I apologize if I am not calling that correctly.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Ayobami, for the webinar. It was extremely uh, thrilling, and it's something I really want to vet into. In fact, if you check my LinkedIn page or profile, you will see AI data analytics as part of the things I do. I work as a recovery analyst with Lapo Microfinance Bank, but there are things I would really like to know. I think I'm interested in the program, and like those, Pavel and the other lady who are working as a data analyst, maybe in different sector as well. So were they into, is it through the BI, Python, and others that they got the job with, or it was through generative AI for data analysts? And secondly, I would also like to know that if, as someone who is into AI automation and the learning of generative AI, will it enhance it the more? Those are my questions.
Mhm. Okay, fantastic question. So I will start from the first one. All right. So Pavel, Toyi, Ikmat, Ramat, all of those people that landed jobs, they were taken through our program. So remember when I was talking that a lot of people think all they need to be able to secure a job is to learn a skill. And if you go online, you can fact check me. Just go online, search for data analysts, search for data analysts. The results that you get, you'll find out that about 80% of the people who call themselves data analysts are merely people who are interested in data analysis who have not been able to secure a job. There are more people in data analysis without a job than actual data analysts. Why? Because, and I've been there, all right? And this is why I know, all right? For the longest time, I thought all I needed was learn the skills, learn the skills, learn the skills. And once I learn the skills, I have paid my dues, and automatically jobs should start falling on my laps. I soon discovered that getting a job requires more than just the skills because there are a ton of people with skills. So you need to have a hedge. All right, you need to have a competitive advantage. You need to have something beyond just the skills. All right. And what are these things? You need to know how to tailor your CV. You need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to ace interviews. You need to know how to do all of these things that would get you the job. So these are the things coupled with the skills that they got from the program. But these extra things are what helped them get the job. They could have had these skills, all right, Python, Power BI, all these things you talked about, but they would have messed it up during the interview stage, or they wouldn't have even gotten noticed by any recruiter because their CV isn't just good enough, but because of these employability skills they were able to gain from the program, it helped them secure the job. All right. So that would be the first answer to that first question. Secondly, the purpose of generative AI and why businesses are looking for talent with generative AI skills is to enhance productivity. That is the first thing. And people might not see it from that angle. People think generative AI is now the guy that does my work for me. Although it seems like that was what we used it to do tonight. But the purpose of generative AI, in fact, technology in general, is to help us work faster and smarter. So if you're a data analyst, a recovery analyst specifically, what generative AI would do is, and why businesses would favor you is, instead of hiring two recovery analysts or two data analysts, and they're able to do, two of them are able to do a task for 1 hour each, 2 hours in general. I can hire one data analyst who can use generative AI to do a 2 hours work in 30 minutes. That means it can do the job of two people that would originally take about 2 hours. It can do the job of two people in less time, in 1 hour. And those kind of talents are the talents that companies are now beginning to look out for, because they know this guy will save me money. And I'd rather hire this guy than this guy who has nothing extra to bring to the table. And that's why you find other people getting your jobs or getting people's job, because they have an extra skill that they are presenting to teams and organizations to help them, you know, land jobs faster. So I hope I've been able to answer your questions, and hope this helps in any way.
Hello?
Hope I wasn't speaking. Hope I wasn't speaking to myself though.
Hello?
Yeah, yes, I can
Hello,
hear
good
you.
evening. Good evening.
Good, good evening.
I thought what he was saying is that you want to ascertain if Python is a prerequisite for data analysis skill. As in, is it a must but that the person must know Python?
Okay, if that's the question, the answer is no. All right, the answer is
Okay.
no. You don't need to know Python. You don't need to know Python. And also, just to let you know, the program would also take you through the workflow of a data analyst. So you also learn how to become a data analyst, but not just that, you learn to become a more equipped data analyst. You have AI skills under your tool, your skill arts. All right.
Okay.
All right. Great. So any more question? I'm not sure if there are any more hands raised. Any more question, guys? Okay, Salami, apologies. I'm not called on Salami Oluwatosi. Salami Oluwatosi, are you able to speak?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good
Yes,
evening.
sir. All right. I really want to thank you for this exposition tonight. We appreciate you. Sorry. I'm a project manager, and I would like to know if okay, what I do is construction projects, contracts anyway, and all that. But I want to really know if this generative AI for project managers is really for IT projects, or is it covers anything project, like project management, be it events, be it construction, be it you understand. I would like to know. Then number two, for those of us that won't be able to, lock in uh the offer you're offering us tonight, what is the window? Let's know the window when the registration elapse and all that, and probably when the program will start, so that we can work towards it. Thank you.
All right. So I'll give a very quick one because you asked a very clear and direct question. So, project management is not The project management that you would be able to use AI to do is not niched down at all. You'll be able to leverage AI to enhance your productivity, to manage any kind of project, be it IT projects, be it events like you mentioned, be it construction like you mentioned. All right. So you learn how to leverage AI, and then how you then want to apply would then be dependent on your own peculiar use case. All right. So there are no restrictions at all. For your second question, what you want to do, all right, what you want to do is reach out to us privately tonight. All right. Send us a message on our WhatsApp number. You would find that in the chat box. Send us a message, and we'll be able to take that conversation up from there. How does that sound, Salami?
Yeah, it sounds great. Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, great. You're welcome. Although I would also advise, because some people are already locking down a discount, and you want to inconvenience yourself to invest in your future. That's the advice I would literally give to any of my friends and family. This is an investment that the ROI is, you cannot even calculate the ROI. And you would agree with me that this investment amount is is bearable if you consider the kind of return you can get eternally. This is going to give you a return on your investments forever. Because once you even decide, oh, I'm done with work, you can consult based on your knowledge. Now you have the skills. You can train, you can do consulting, you can freelance. The opportunities are endless, right? And you want to consider that before you decide whether you are able to lock it down tonight or not. So that would be my advice to you, Salami. All right, so I don't think there are any more questions in the chat. Ooh, this is a long one. George, I hope I'm able to read all of it. I'm trying to see. Currently, I work in the multinational company. One of my job is to play response to it's a lot of stuff. So I got to make like currently November. Yeah, is the first one I've done this. Just be so I'm thinking how can I use yeah. Okay, fantastic. So forgive me. There's a way I read if I want to summarize stuff. So uh, first of all, know that your uncle's hotel business will run on data. If your uncle's business is going to succeed, it will succeed based on data that is generated from the business operation. All right. And right now, you may not have the skill set sufficient to be able to build valuable data solutions to power that business. All right. And AI can help you. AI can help you. Remember, tonight I mentioned the fact that I am one of the most, not most code code phobic people in the world, right? I only code because I have to do so. If you could give me free money and I won't have to touch a single line of code for the rest of my life, I would take it. All right. I don't like to code. But I was able to build a coding solution, not because I like it or I know how to do it, but because there's something called artificial intelligence. All right. So first of all, I have the understanding that businesses in this generation are powered by data, and you need to build scalable data solutions. And for you to be able to do so, you need to have a certain level of skill set. So that means right now there's a gap. AI can help you cover that gap, but you want to position yourself. And that's why this program is very, very relevant to someone like you, right? It's very, very relevant to someone like you, not just to cover the skill gap, but also to help you build the thinking of a solutions architect, somebody that will be building solutions with AI. You need to develop that mindset, because at the end of the day, you are tilting towards consulting. because this is what you're going to be doing, helping businesses scale using data. So you need an environment that can push you to start thinking like a solutions architect. All right. So my advice would be, you've identified the problem, you've identified the gap. The program will help you cover that gap. And I'm inviting you to join this court. I hope I was able to answer your questions, George. Just give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up will suffice. George, are you still on the call? Was I able to answer your question? Okay, awesome. So, would you be signing up? That's my next question. You can't have me read all of that and remain the same. I want you to be able to build. All right. I want you to be able to build. So I'm particularly interested in you. All right. Fantastic. Congratulations to you, George. All right. I think there are no more questions, right? There are no more questions. So let me do a final pulse check so that I am sure that I did not shut anybody up. You have a question for me? Thumbs up. You don't have a question for me? Thumbs down. If I don't get any thumbs up, we shut down the session. Awesome. Thank you very much. Great. Great. All right. So, thank you guys for joining the session. I particularly enjoyed the session because it was more about problem solving than actually, we ran into a problem and together we were able to solve it, which is my favorite thing to do. And I'm glad that we were able to achieve that. And I hope the session was worth your time. And for the rest of us that are yet to sign up, uh, do so before the window closes for the discount offering. I want to see you in class. I want to be able to say that you attended my session and your change of story is tied to this session. I want to be able to put you on a slide and say, oh, this person joined our session, joined our program, and now works as an AI automation engineer or a data analyst or this or that. I can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you in class. One, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Thank you very much. And on this note, I say good night and I wish you a wonderful night rest. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mr. Yobomi.
Good night.